Could you give the fans a quick little Lux, verse? In case anybody missed the.
In case anybody missed it, alright. Because I was gonna say another half, but I'll say this half. Like my sneakers sliding, like I'm slipping. Well, let me get it gripping. Run a slow nigga, motherfucking neck. I'm gonna put that pressure on it all night and keep applying. Two people buying, we equal sided. This would seem a divine scheme, disguised as a match. All this can smack is young screaming clients. All this work you put in, and you get the same simple assignment. And every time you line these niggas up, I got to do realignments. And be as you lying.
What's going on, brother, man? Got
cool,
you here,
man.
TV. You want to introduce yourself to all the fans?
Yo, what's going on, man? I'm Melly Mel. You know what I mean? From the famous UW Battle League. You know, I know my fans know me as Melly Mel. You know what I mean? They probably didn't know I was going to do that. But I had to surprise y'all, so I can't tell y'all everything. So I had to surprise y'all for my fans out there, you know?
Well, I spoke to Daylyt after the event. I actually had him sit right here for this interview.
Yeah.
And he broke down basically how he came up with his Matrix scheme. When did you get the call to be a part of it?
Well, he reached out a few months ago, so he kind of went in advance with it.
Okay.
You know, as far as the Matrix scheme, that was, like he said, that was, kind of, put together right there. So, but he reached out, let me know what he was trying to do. But not as far as the battle, but just in general, like the whole Lux scheme.
Right.
So, I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm down with you, my man, so let's do it, whatever, whenever. He came up with me with that idea. I was like, that's brilliant. So I was like, let's do it, man. You know what I'm saying? What better way to do it than bring it out for UW?
Yeah, word.
When Lux is on the card.
Word.
You know what I mean?
How do you know Daylyt?
Well, he, like I said, he reached out.
So you met him through this?
He reached out through social media. So, we got connected through there. So after that, we just been communicating ever since. Just to keep it on basis. I think he had like 5 battles before this one since we've been connected. So. You know what I mean? So it's we kind of been friends before then.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did you get any rehearsal time for what you were gonna do?
Rehearsal time. I would say nah, but I already knew that whole thing. That whole Lux gimmick and all that. I already knew all of that. So that wasn't really something that I really needed to practice. It was just already there. So as far as the preparation for what he had to do, just slightly, that wasn't, I really didn't have to practice that much, so that was kind of good. So that was a good put together, man.
Yeah, well, going into it, I remember speaking to you prior to the event, and you told me there was some big surprise coming up.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna rap or something, but you did rap basically. How nervous were you going up there?
I'll tell you this. Being that I am an artist and I perform in front of big crowds, that was nothing to me.
Okay, you really did look really comfortable.
Yeah, I was very comfortable. I was very comfortable, beloved. But as far as like, cause that was technically that was acting. So as far as being comfortable with acting and not laughing, cause when I do that around people, like even when I did the video with Calico, when I do it around people, it's hard to keep a straight face.
Yeah.
But being that I do it so much, it's like, man, I gotta really go through the character with this, so I had to keep a straight face and just go along with it. But as far as the crowd, nah, that wasn't nothing. But you always get those butterflies before hitting the stage. But it's like heaven. I don't know, man. I wouldn't say heaven because that's a different story, but it felt good to see everybody there and they looking at like what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Cause I could see them, but they couldn't see me through the ski mask. So to see them like what's going on, everybody dead silent, it was the best. And when I heard that crowd roar after that, I took that ski mask off and said, like my sneakers sliding. It was the best, man. I loved it.
It felt good?
Yeah, it felt great, man. I ain't gonna lie.
How did you feel, after the battle? Because I know even though you may be comfortable on stage, you had to feel some type of pressure knowing that, okay, let's say I start laughing or let's say I slip up on a word and I stumble, that could just crumble the whole performance.
Yes.
So how did you feel after everything was all said and done?
After, I felt relieved because I'm like you said, like if I would have stumbled, it would have been on me. as far as like, why you bring this guy here? Like, you know what I mean? Like for the people that don't know me, they would be like, man, why you bring this guy? Man, he messed up your whole performance, because technically that was part of the performance. So if I would have slipped up on one word, or people didn't feel like I didn't sound like Lux, or didn't look, you know what I mean? It would have kind of messed them up. But everything went how it was supposed to go, man. And that's what I'm mostly grateful about. You know what I mean? So I'm glad I, put a umph on Daylyt and B Magic battle.
How do you think your performance in the battle, because you had a legit solo act for a hot minute, how do you think your performance helped to elevate his entire, scheme?
That's a good question. I think that was good for that battle, in a sense of, like Daylyt said before, that was a punchline in itself. You know what I mean? So technically, if anybody wanted to say, oh yeah, let them battle, and they say, why should we let him battle? It's like, look, or how do we know Daylyt want to battle him? It's like, look at this battle. Like, he really putting it out there. Like, he wants to battle Loaded Lux. So, you know what I mean? And then he got this. It's like you said, everything came together. Like when he said, oh yeah, it's an agent in the movie. I'm sure whoever watched the battle know about the Matrix. It was a double cat, and and I come back from Summer Madness 2, and then I'm playing Loaded Lux again, so it just everything went good, man.
How would you feel Daylyt were to face Loaded Lux?
I think that would be a,
because you saw Loaded's performance, right?
Yeah, I did.
How do you think that they would match up?
Pretty much because they both got like real good scheme gimmicks, man. Like, it's like incredible. Like, and I think technically, well, we all know those are the only two in the battle rap game that really has like complete gimmicks that really put them on a bar pedestal. So I think that'd be a good matchup. Technically, I wouldn't even want to know it, because both of them, I wouldn't even want to know like what they would do in the battle. I would want to be surprised just like everybody else. If they want to involve me in something like that, just have me involved, but don't tell me everything, because I want to be surprised too, because that would be a good matchup. That'd be a real good matchup. What did you think
about the Loaded Lux versus Hollow the Don battle?
And that was a great battle, man. They really went.
Could you call the winner?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Only because it was a good battle, and I want to hear. I like to hear from the people, like, who won, because they've been saying, oh yeah, 3-0 here, 3-0 here, and 1 here, 2-1. So it's a lot. So that just goes to show you right there that was a great battle. You know what I mean? But I would say that whole Black Panther thing, that was genius, man. That was genius right there. I was like, what is he gonna pull out? And he pulled out the Black Panther, and he really went to the extent. He went how he was supposed to do it. When somebody if you're gonna do something, do it all the way. And he went all the way with it. He had the guns, and he had everything, man.
Right. Do you ever see yourself stepping up and possibly competing in the future? In
the battle rap world, I don't think in the battle rap world. Not saying like I'm scared or nothing like that, because that's not the case. Because technically in the in the industry anyway, there's competition. You battling anyway with whoever it is. But as far as that, I don't know. Maybe my character. I don't know, man. Because like for my fans that know me, they know like the certain songs I do. It's like in the battle world, they probably wouldn't. Because I don't even curse in my music. So they probably would look at that like, man, get this guy out of here. Everybody is shooting up bang bang, and not everybody, but a majority of them. It's that's the theme, that's the gimmick in battle rap, is I shoot you in the face. So if I'm not talking about that, then I don't think that would really be compatible to battle rap. But that would be a good experience though. I would dabble in it though.